I'm Steph. I'm Steph Sullivan. I'll put the picture up there. And my colleague Lynette Hall.
Hello.
And we've got 30 minutes of just sharing some information with you that's changed our lives, and it's helping people all over the world. And I always think that you're drawn somewhere. You know, there's a reason why you turn up somewhere. So I'm hoping that this next 30 minutes of your beautiful life is going to be. I'm going to be very happy that you've come. So I know a few people are going to be coming a bit late. So let's crack on. So wellness. That's why we're all here today. You know, what an amazing event. Well done to Vinciane and Selena putting it on. I mean, there's 61 stands, there's so many seminars, there's so many different treatments. So I'd say pamper yourself and gather information, because people are across the world looking for ways to improve their health and do it naturally. Yeah, we've sort of got this aging population nowadays that all my friends that are now in their 50s and 60s and 70s, I'm obviously some younger, are going, we don't want to grow old gracefully. So I'm with them, not disgracefully, but gracefully. So I just feel, and I don't know if you agree, that we can't rely on the NHS anymore. You know, we've got to be proactive with our health. We've got to do things to support ourselves naturally, to try and stay away from drugs in an ideal world, because they obviously all have toxic side effects. So we partnered with this incredible company called Manatech, who are world leaders in real food nutrition. And it's so important that we support our bodies naturally, I think. And environmental challenges, you know, we're living on a toxic planet, so I'd say if someone said to me, what is one of the most important things that you need to be using every day, it would be an antioxidant to protect our cells, okay, from free radicals. So the market is massive across the globe, whether it's nutrition and integrative health, whether it's people looking to perhaps lose a bit of weight, a bit of fat perhaps off their bodies, but in a natural way, to be lean. Skincare, you know, it's so important to make sure that you don't put any nasties on your skin. I'm sure lots of you, if you're into natural health, would know that. And another market, sports and performance. So I know we work with alongside lots of different athletes. But if people are worrying at night, invariably they're worrying about two different things. I don't know if anyone's got any ideas what they might be when people are worrying. Money, yeah,
Health.
and health. I mean, it really is. Two things. In fact, 96% of people that are worrying about things are worrying about those two areas. And we help people with both of those. You know, 11 years ago, overnight, from having a throat infection and going to the doctors and being given antibiotics, I never got up. So I slept for 20 hours a day from the next day onwards for nearly 2 years. And doctors couldn't help me, private medical that I had with my job couldn't help me. And it was only from coming across Manatech, glyconutrients, real food nutrition, that 4 months later I was well again. And that's why we put on these talks. We do talks all over the country, we travel all over the world, sharing information with people, because sometimes the answer's not far away, but unless you hear it somewhere, it might be a long time. And luckily I met someone that told me about these glyconutrients that helped my health. So we help to address both of those areas with the work that we're doing around the world. And I'm going to hand over to Lynette. It's just going to go through some really basics that you might or might not know, but I think it's really important to understand why we might be getting sicker. Excuse me.
Okay, hello everyone. So Steph's just talked about, you know, worrying about health, and from a nutritional perspective, I just want to briefly cover a few areas that might be contributing to those health issues, okay, from a nutritional perspective. So we really are faced in the 21st century, we're faced with a lot of problems when it comes to trying to be healthy. And some of these are things like soil depletion. So if the nutrition isn't in the soil, quite simply isn't in the food that we're eating. Another thing, I don't know if you've heard of it, green harvesting. So I can't go into all the details of it now, but we do have some handouts that go into more detail. You can also come and see us on our stand. We're right at the end of the corridor at F6, right at the end opposite the stairs, and we can talk to you more about this. But basically, in a nutshell, picking fruits and vegetables before they're ripe. If they're not ripe, they don't have the nutrition in them that we need. And, you know, we're not then getting the nutrition that we actually need for our bodies. Lifestyle and stress. You know, who's not stressed these days? You know, 21st century living. And from a nutritional perspective, that means that we're using up our nutrients faster, and then we have a greater requirement for our nutrients when we're under that added stress. And then there's things like pesticides and environmental toxins. So they're damaging our soils, okay, and contributing to the lack of nutrition. And finally, processed junk and diet food. You know, if you're trying to eat a really healthy diet, it's so hard these days, isn't it? We're just bombarded with all sorts of things that draw us away from eating healthily. And if we're not eating healthily, we're missing nutrition. And this slide here just kind of sums it up in a nutshell. You know, it is a health risk. It is a health risk. Foods have really radically changed. It's basically since, you know, the world wars, when farming became all about quantity rather than quantity, and it became so intensive, you know, not leaving fields fallow anymore to put that nutrition back into the soil so that we then consume it. And food's been reinvented. I just touched on that. You know, eating these kind of meals is happening so much more often because it's so easy to, and then not getting the nutrition that we need. And as a result, industry then went, oh, you know, we're not getting the nutrition we need. We maybe need to supplement. And then that's when they reinvented nutrition via synthetic supplements. And I'm going to talk to you a bit about that as well, about what you need to look out for when you're looking for a supplement, a good quality supplement. So here's a couple of examples. This is quite shocking, really. In 1951, just 2 peaches would give you your recommended daily amount of vitamin A. And we often ask the question, see if anyone knows, how many do you think you'd need to eat now to get that vitamin A? Anyone wants to take a quick guess? 10, yeah, most people go for 10 to start. It's actually with peach, it's 53. And this is those things that I've just gone through, you know. Another example, a cup of spinach provided the recommended daily amount of iron in 1951. It's now up at 65. Okay, all those reasons I just spoke about, depleting our food that we eat of nutrition. And this is not just peaches and spinach, obviously, it's across the board, totally across the board. And again, we've got more information about that. But Google it as well, you know, have a look, nutrient decline in fruits and vegetables over the last 50 years. You see all the agricultural colleges that have been tracking it and saying, our food just hasn't got in it what it used to have. And that's affecting our health. Another thing to consider is your portion sizes. So, you know, if you say to anybody, how many portions of fruit and vegetables should you have a day? And everyone knows the 5 a day. You know, the government have done a really, really good job of pushing that. And they came up with 5 a day because when they did surveys to see what we were eating, they found out that we were averaging 2 to 3, so they said let's have 5. But has anyone ever made you aware that recent studies have said we should be actually having 7 to 10 a day? Okay, but you know, we're not talking about that. People don't know that. And do we actually know what a portion size is? It's actually 80 grams, or what fills your palm. So for a child, that's a bit smaller. Now this is 80 grams of 3 different vegetables weighed out on a big, you know, one of those big Denby dinner plates. 3 portions fill the plate. How often do we do that? I speak for myself here. How often do I fill my plate like that with all those vegetables? You know, I might put 3 vegetables on and go, oh, yeah, I've ticked off 3 portions. So if we're not getting those portions of fruits and vegetables, then we're just not getting the nutrition that we need. So that's another real problem that we're faced with. And as a result of all of these things, you know, as far back as 2002, medical journals were saying we're not getting what we need in our diets, unfortunately. In the ideal world we would. We're not getting what we need, so it appears prudent to supplement. But here's the next real problem. Maybe your minds have gone there already, because this was a real problem that I found. You know, I realised I need to supplement, but what the heck do I supplement with? You know, it's really, really hard. I just chatted to someone on the stand. She goes, oh, it's a minefield out there. You see all these supplements. One person says one thing and another person says another thing. So hopefully we can really help you with that today. Okay, because Steph and I have been fortunate enough to come across a company called Manatech that I know does things the proper way. You know, it's real food nutrition, and I'll explain that to you. Because 90% of what is actually out there is actually made from synthetics. And that really does mean, this is shocking as well, derivatives of the coal tar and petroleum industry that they are extracting these supplements from and this nutrition from. So, you know, are our bodies designed to be able to assimilate and absorb and process coal tar and petroleum and crushed rocks and iron filings? On our stand we've got a video playing, it's called Industry Food Busters. Come along and have a look at it, or look at it on YouTube yourselves, and it just shows you what the industry is doing to create these synthetic supplements. And then you might see headlines like this, you know, and they worry you, and you might go, oh, better not take supplements then. But this is relating, this is referring to synthetic supplements. And there is something different out there, there is a solution. And that solution is found in real food technologies. And that's what Manatech do. I don't have time to go into it in detail now, but please do come and speak to us. We've got some samples as well that you can try. But this is nutrition that is derived from real food sources. It's a hydroponic, patented process, and it's what your body can absorb and assimilate and take in, okay? So that is actually available. So you might be thinking, well, who's this company Manatech. You know, I hadn't heard of them before. Who actually are they? So I want to just tell you a little bit about Manatech. So very briefly, they've been around for over 20 years. They're operating in 25 countries. They've got plans within the next 20 years to be in over 100 countries. This is really key. This is really, really important. They've got patents on all of their products, and most of their products and technologies. Actually, it's gone up to over 115 now. It's getting so many patents on a weekly basis. And this is important because you try and find another supplement company that's got patents, that number of patents on their products. And to get these patents, they have to prove that the products work. So that's really, really important. That was important for me, you know, knowing that was that validation there. They're also really unique in terms of the amount of money that they invest in research and development, and they're publicly traded. And one final thing in my part to tell you is about the scientific validation behind the product. Steph will tell you a bit more about this in a moment, but this was really important to me as well. You can go on, they have a website devoted to the science, and they have this whole, it's called a Global Scientific Advisory Board of research fellows and editors of medical journals and PhDs and medical doctors who've chosen to align themselves with Manatech because they believe in the science behind the products, and I think that's really, really important. So I'm going to hand back to Steph now, that's my bit done, to tell you a bit more about what Manatech has to offer.
Okay. Well done. So this is it. This is what I love sharing with people so much. A whole category of essential nutrients called glyconutrients. Glyco being the Greek for sugar, but not bad for sugars that everyone knows about, not table sugar. This is sugars or good sugars for your cells. It's a whole science. The science is called glycobiology. You can actually go and do a 4-year degree course now at Oxford University in glycobiology. But no one's heard, not no one, lots of people have heard about it, but a lot of people haven't heard about it. They've heard of vitamins and minerals and proteins and fatty acids, but they haven't heard of glyconutrients. Our cells need 8. So the ones on the right there, on your left, are the 8 essential glyconutrients. It's 200 found in nature, but our cells need 8. And what Lynette talked about, the fact that we're picking things before they're ripened, the nutrients aren't in the soil, so it's not in the plants. So rich sources of glyconutrients, one's from aloe, like mannose comes from aloe. So people know that aloe has healing properties, fantastic. But the others, fucose, xylose, etc., from plants, saps, gums, medicinal mushrooms, all sorts of different sources. But our cells need 8 in order to be able to communicate with each other. They're so important for our brain function, for our immune health. There's actually receptors in our gut that help the glyconutrients dock in. Breastfed babies only survive with breast milk alone because the mum passes glyconutrients to the baby. So it's just, like I say, 4-year degree course in it, and I'm just covering it in like 20 seconds, but it's very exciting. And we're missing them. And if you think about all the people across the world that are getting sick for whatever reason, could it be that it's because we're missing nutrients? And I know for me, that's what changed my life, and I think I was missing them in my diet. And that's the flagship product that Manatech do is called Ambritose, named Food of the Gods in effect, and it contains all of the 8 essential glyconutrients, so powder form or capsule. And in 2012, there was this amazing report came out from the National Academy of Science, and you have to be a Nobel Prize winner to write for the National Academy. It's about a 192-page document. I think I've got crazy over there, a few of them. But it states in it, every disease that affects humans significantly involves glycans. It's like, wow, so interesting. And now in 11 years of working in this field, I've probably helped, say, 2,000 people, and some of them come to me and I say, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, but I do know about this. And hey, when the body's given the correct nutrition, and the cells are given the food they need to be healthy, the body can heal. That's made me go goosebumpy even saying that. So our glyconutrients do come up to our stance on this level. We've got the manna bears, which are specifically formulated for children. All those fruits and vegetables are in the little chewy bears. I guess I've got loads because I've already eaten half of the pot already this morning. And they've got the 8 glyconutrients, or the 8 good for you sugars. So they help children's brain, they help their gut, they help their immune health, they help thinking really. It's so important. And of the 20 clinical studies that Manatech have done on their products, a lot of them have been done on brain function. Because by law you can't link any disease to nutrition. I don't know if you will know that, but we can do studies on brain because we can say it's helped the brain, it's helped focus, it's helped memory, it's helped everything. Because if the brain cells start firing off better, everything is getting better in your body as well. And then one of the simplest things that we use is called Nutriverus. It's a all-round product. Like I say, we've got little tasters in shot glasses on our stand. It's got the glyconutrients in there. It's got vitamins and minerals from plants, antioxidants to protect your cells. And we talked about the environment we're living in. And it's in a superfood rice bran base. Again, we've got info on the stand, so I'm not going to talk in length about that. But it's unique. This is our new branding. We've just been rebranded quite recently, so that's our new pops. So our 4 categories that we work in and we help people in, and that's why, like normal people, like Lynette's a mum of 3. She didn't want to go back to her corporate job. She wanted to do something that was going to help her family with their health naturally, help other people, and in effect work in this field. I used to work 80 hours a week as a catering manager, and now I work for myself. I work from home, and we're in these different categories. You maybe know someone that needs some hormonal support. I get more thank you letters from people saying thank you for introducing me to something called Plus. Hormonal balance, food for your your endocrine system, helps with stress and sleep and mood and sex drive and breast health and bone health. To get thank you letters in the post saying just from one recommendation is a great feeling. So we have digestive support, I don't know how long we've got. And then one of the other areas we work in is weight management, or being healthy and lean basically. And if you come up to our stands, it's like I'm now, my friend from yoga's here, I'm now sort of like nearly a size 10, and this time last year at this show I'd say I was getting nearly towards a size 16. So I've been following this Healthy and Lean for Life program. I know a few of our colleagues in the room have as well. And it's about eating the right things, making the right choices, retoxing, detoxing, and just losing fat really, because that's where, if you've got that extra bit of weight, it's on your organs as well as in your handle bits. Oh yeah, that was me. 6 months later.
They were your genes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did you really change your diet though?
No, not particularly.
Were you still eating chips and things?
No, not often.
Because I quite like the tablet, which allows me to eat a burger and also lose the
Not
weight.
often, but as my friend Hazel that's there, the
I'm right
back of
behind
this
you.
program is very forgiving. So it's good. So come and get some
Yeah, I
pies from
will.
upstairs.
It's good stuff.
And anti-aging, we work in an arena of natural glycan skin creams. Basically, I remember my mum, usually my mum rings me when she sees one of those headlines, like, oh, vitamins are killing me, what are you doing, Stephanie? But she rang me and she said, have you just been on Horizon? There was a program on skin cream, and the doctor, a private doctor on there, had saying, there's a new advance in science, it's called glycobiology, and it's the secret to our cell health, and it's the secret to our skin health. I won't mention the name because of a big video, but a very, very big skincare company wanted to bring a glyconutrient skin cream to market because in their world they discovered the secret to anti-aging, but they couldn't because Manatech actually have the patents on the naturally occurring one. So we are actually the only company in the world to have a natural glycan skin cream, which is fantastic. So I am 90. I know, you don't believe that. So I'm feeling gorgeous and in control of the aging process. 51, I can't lie. I'm not gonna lie. So sports and performance, we work with athletes all over the world. We work with GB athletes, we work with Olympic athletes that they want to put the best in their bodies. Helps with sports performance and helps with recovery. So really exciting field. Have sporty friends in the room. Train longer and harder, absolutely. And we're a social entrepreneur company. I don't know if you've heard of social entrepreneur companies like Tom Shoes. Remember Tom Shoes? The little espadrille
Yeah.
you can buy? Tomorrow Shoes. Every time you buy a pair of Tom Shoes, he donates a pair of shoes to be sent out around the world to children that don't have shoes so they can go to school. Manatech are a social entrepreneur company. Every time anybody buys any of our products in any of the 25 countries, it triggers a donation of real food, nutrition, specifically formulated for children, and it goes into their food. So I asked them to go to Guildford as well. So every time anyone buys the Manabest for their children, or they buy the Plus for the hormones, or they buy the Osaline to help target fat, we send out nutrition to help children. And that was, and that's me in the middle, and that's Lynette over there. We were flown over to Cape Town, I think it was last year, and we were invited to go to one of the soup kitchens to see the children and to talk to the soup kitchen mother to see what effect it was having. And it was amazing. I mean, it was
how they lived was awful. It was, you wouldn't expect anybody to be living there, and there were thousands of families living in these township basically. But Soup Mother said before Manasek came here, so the children didn't go to school. They really did have sores on their bodies. They were completely malnourished, no hair, clumps of hair missing. And when these children all lined up, they had one meal a day, and there was pasta tuna was what they were being served that day. But it had got the powder, the phytoblend in it. The kids are healthy. They queued up with someone had a margarine pot, one had a dog bowl, one had it was literally, they didn't even have bowls, that everybody just had a random vessel sort of thing. And she said, honestly, you are genuinely making a massive difference. So I think that's one of the reasons why I share this a lot, because I know we're making a difference. I've been there and seen it myself. And we often say to people, I think around the world there's 500 million people take a vitamin and mineral. And I bet most of those people have no idea that it might be from coal tar or petroleum or crushed up rocks. And it can have all natural on the pot, because coal tar and petroleum come from the ground, basically. But if just 1% of people swapped from a synthetic vitamin and mineral to a real food one, we can end malnutrition in the under fives around the world, because 5 million children die every year from directly linked cause of malnutrition. So that's our goal, our team, who can find 5 million people. So going back to the different markets that we're in, this is the size of the markets around the world, and we actually sit really high up in all those. Remember, patents on the glyconutrients, it's like having sort of patents on a mobile phone. It means that companies can't come in and mess with natural products. It stays natural, that's basically, so your body recognises it. With our weight management systems, we've got one that's just about to launch as well in England. It's just a simple way to help people feel and look better than they do, in a healthy way. Not a magic, not a magic pill to block you from ever eating a burger again, but a simple way to lose weight and fat in a good way. Skincare and anti-aging, obviously, and soon we're going to be using some essential oils too, which is really exciting. So we do, like I said before, Lynette, myself, people from all walks of life, actually are choosing to maybe add this into their lives. They want something different to do. Maybe they're working in a job they actually don't like and would like to move into a new arena. It's amazing the people we work with, honestly, from every walk of life. So if you're looking perhaps to do something with purpose, to do something with fun people, I just brought some photos in earlier of some of the trips we travel. People like to travel. It's a really exciting place to be. And I don't know if anyone is already self-employed, but there are lots of advantages of being self-employed as well as you don't have to get up. You work in your pyjamas. Where are you? I'm in the garden. So it's a really, really nice way to be. So we work with people, like I say, from all walks of life. We help with training. We do talks all over the place. If you can think of a group perhaps that you'd think, gosh, I'd love them to hear this. Obviously we've just done it in a short space of time, but we share a bit more information. Then we'd be more than happy to come along. And here's some of our websites. So our science website is manatechscience.org. Again, every ingredient of every product is there, because we want people to understand how real it is. Our UK site is uk.manatech.com. And I always say to people, remember, this is what we call a disruptive technology. When first of all glyconutrients were in effect discovered, they went, no, it can't be right, sugars are bad for you, not good for you. Then it was ridiculed, and then it was opposed, and now with the 123 patents with the Global Scientific Advisory Board, even though the internet is a big jungle of information, and there's a lot of people out there would happily not have something natural being helping people. So there is genuinely a lot of negativity out there. I always say to people, it's there. But we love what we do. We're going to be on stand F6, so please come and see us. Obviously, we're offering everyone a free one-to-one consultation, whether it be health, looking for something to add to your own life, to your business. We're normal people. I live in Cobham, Lynette's in Newhall, and Hazel here as well, who's local and is a practitioner. So thank you all for being here. We really appreciate it. Thank you.